Well, hello YouTube, it's me, Fortmaster, and welcome to another new reaction, and one that I don't really know what to expect. Hullabaloo, Episode 1, The Great Race, by a James Lopez animation. So, from what I understand, this came out, like, earlier this week, and it's, from what I've heard, apparently made by a couple of, it's headed by, like, a couple of people who were, like, former Disney animators. So I mean, after finally seeing the Brave Locomotive finally come out, I'm happy to see like more stuff that like former Disney animators have put out after they jumped ship. But yeah, this apparently, like from what it says in the description, it was crowdfunded on Indiegogo. I actually saw like the thumbnail from this from another person that did a reaction to it, and they described it as like a steampunk like Lara Croft. So I mean, that sounds pretty cool. So other than that, I have no idea what I'm getting into here, but I'm excited to see if it's any good. So yeah, as always, original video is linked in the description if you haven't seen it for some reason. Corner video will lead to my Let's Play of the day, and with all that out of the way, let's get this thing started then, shall we? James Lopez presents.
We'll take a highly combustible material, ignite it, contain the reaction in 8 tiny metal cylinders, and use the force it produces to propel the motor car.
This is not steampunk. This is diesel punk.
Dad, why are they in the shape of a V?
Well, because that way it can produce a power equivalent to about, 350 horses.
And because having the cylinders go inwards on each other is very complicated.
Whoa, 350 horsepower? Do you really think it's possible?
Actually, what was the horsepower of the Model T? Because if this is like an early, like, gasoline or diesel-powered engine, 350 for the very beginning sounds way too high for, at least by my mind. Give me a second here. Okay, yeah, never mind. Here we are. The Model T's engine was 20 horsepower. So I don't know what kind of science this guy is working with. 12 years later, okay.
And then she rode off into the sunset, leaving me with nothing but a broken heart.
I swear, it's the same story, same ending every time.
Well, I hereby predict that the next one shall be different.
Well, I predict that you're not gonna find her in a place like this. What? You think she's just gonna come bursting through that door?
Here she is.
Water.
Something tells me she's been in the desert for a...
Where were we? Oh, yes, bartender. He's buying.
Okay, wait a second. I get it. I get what's happening here. It's not for her. It's some sort of car, but she needs water for the radiator. Just ask for a jug. Okay, is she gonna come in a third time? Never mind, he's gonna go out. There we go, okay.
Have you ever seen such a fine-looking carriage come rolling through this town before?
What?
Why, no.
Okay.
can't say that I have.
And then she rode off into the sunset, leaving you with nothing but a souvenir cup.
Okay, so maybe this is Steam. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the technology here. And I know that's like I'm probably thinking way too hard into certain things that weren't thought about when making this. With like a radiator setup, which I would assume this front section holds like that part. But then we also have a boiler, steam dome. We have double acting reciprocating steam cylinders with steam as well. I'm gonna proceed to put way too much thought into this here. So I can see this going like two ways. So either like it has two different power sources, but she can switch between which one is actively powering the car at any given time, because there actually were locomotives designed like that. I'll see if I can find some pictures. Like this right here. This is the Kitson Still steam diesel locomotive. And the way this worked was for like a fuel efficiency, the cylinders, like the actual cylinders that would move the crankshaft to move the wheels and stuff like that, it would switch between being powered by expanding steam and like a diesel, like, you know, an explosion from an internal combustion engine. It would start off on steam because at the time, diesels and like internal combustion engines didn't have that as good like starting power. So you'd start off on the steam, like on steam power. And then after, I think it would switch to, was it 5 miles an hour or 25 miles an hour? I'm forgetting. But at one of those two speeds, it would then switch to having the cylinders be like moved by like compression and diesel explosion. You know, like an actual diesel engine, with the exhaust being funneled into the boiler to help keep it warm and, you know, thermal efficiency and all that. The Russians had their own similar system. You know, this sort of stuff was very weird and like, you know, it was very experimental technology at the time. And from what I'm seeing here, it maybe works somewhat similar. Like when you want speed, it would work off of like the internal combustion engine, with the exhaust being funneled through like the actual, like the boiler and stuff, so that it captures that heat to make steam. But then, like, let's say you have to go up a hill. Instead of like going down to a lower gear, she would then switch to like the steam power, and like that, and the torque from the steam and power would allow her to more easily, you know, go up a hill without stalling or something, unless the tires then started slipping, which then, if that happens, neither one's going to really help. Again, there were steam powered cars, so maybe it's like use both, so each one isn't working as hard, so it's more it's like greater efficiency that way. Okay, I'm putting way too much thought into this, aren't I? Also, she's steering from the other side of the car, from the right side, so it has to be British built. Ma'am, I must ask, I don't know if you designed this car, but what good is that absolutely gigantic pressure gauge behind you? If it is behind you, usually stuff like that you kind of want in your, you know, your main periphery, so you don't have to kind of like go like this and take your eyes off the road, since, you know, this is a road vehicle and not a steam locomotive that you actively have to drive yourself. Also, something I literally just thought of, how much of a lead did our like main character girl have in the race, that if she could stop in the town, get water for the radiator over that long period of time, and only now is this other woman coming up right behind her? Or did the competitor here like also like stops, like, oh sorry, like and give her the chance to refill her the radiator, just as sort of like a gentleman's agreement or something? Okay, where are they? She's gonna ram it, isn't she? Oh, yeah, there we go. Never mind. I think she can see that. Or maybe she can't. Oh, okay. So I love steampunk, but I have to question some of these designs here. So instead of like, you know, I was looking at this is very much it's modeled off a Mustang, like almost certainly. But instead of having like one of those big air intake carburetor things in the front, it has a rocker beam. Okay. Also, granted, this entire car it looks to be nothing but bare metal, so that that's got to be an absolute pain to clean. Is the other car going to be start to fly? Yeah, there it is. Wait, is it gliding or actually flying here? There we go. Oh no. Wait, what made the wings burn up? Is that something from the engine? Of course, it has an ejector seat.
Keep calm and drink tea.
It's keep calm and carry on.
On the next episode of Hullabaloo,
the Cheshire Cat strikes again. The latest victim was found under some form of hypnotic spell and unable to be awakened. Who can possibly catch this diabolical creature?
I think I may know of someone.
I'm sorry, I was just speechless there for a second. Okay, so I believe I was misled. This isn't like steampunk, like Lara Croft. This is more steampunk Batman. Jeez, okay, yeah. Oh, I mean, again, I am totally hooked. I want to see more of this. But yeah, I'm gonna have to see how much of this reaction was just me talking about the viabilities of steampunk technology. Oh, but yeah, so that was definitely fun. I can't wait to see more episodes. Do they have like, I don't think they have anything saying that when the next episode might be coming out, but hey, who knows? So yeah, as always, original video is linked in the description if you haven't seen it for some reason. Corner video will lead to my Let's Play today, and with all that out of the way, I hope you guys liked. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.